Yo, it's Daryl.
And I'm Aaron.
And it's Big Bang Talks Comics, episode 333.
For the week of November 16th,
2022.
2022.
333, man. It's got to be like some type of prophetic, symbolic thing.
Grant Morrison would know.
Maybe.
And unfortunately, I don't think he's ever going to watch this video to tell us that.
He's probably not. He's too busy trying to figure out Superman's crackers and red underwear. So,
gotta have your
get
crackers.
your crackers. All right, we got DC first.
Look at that classic cover.
Jim Balint, Catwoman. How long? It's been, 25, 30 years since he's been on a Catwoman book?
It's been a bit.
In case you didn't know this, DC has 90s variants. Come get them.
So if you like the 90s cover style.
I mean, there's one where Flash is like in some flannel 90s gear. Speaking of the Flash, look at this. Oh, dude, who does this art? That's so good.
I don't know, but I just looked at that cover and I was like, man, I dropped that book, but I'm tempted to read this
I thought about reading this one. You got a new mayor in town, and the Rogues have his backing. This leads into 1 Minute War, which is a big deal, new Flash speedster storyline starting very, very soon. The 1 Minute War. Only speedsters know about it, and apparently it takes place in 1 minute because they're so fast. New big bad shows up in the storyline. You've been warned.
1 minute will stretch out longer than some Dragon Ball episodes that are supposed to be covered in 1 minute.
There you go.
I love Dragon Ball. It's one of my favorite books. That probably should be towards the top of the stack reading. We'll have two
it's fine.
This bunch.
Did somebody say new sidekick?
I see that they're trying to change the Boy Thunder.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty interesting issue last time. The little, Dick Grayson and trying to show him the ropes.
Boy Thunder.
Here we go with some more One Bad Days.
Batman, One Bad Day. This time it's Mr. Freeze. All I think is Heart of Ice on the animated series. So
that cover definitely took me there.
Yeah, it almost this looks like a Tim Sale cover, but I don't know if that is. Of course, he passed away. But anyway, if you like Mr. Freeze,
also
check out this book.
You know who else passed away since you're bringing that up?
Kevin Conroy. Sad, man. Batman. Black Adam number 6. Go see the movie. This one.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Top of the stack.
I don't know why we needed a Nightmite, but I'm just intrigued.
Yeah, Nightwing 98, building to number 100. Will they? Won't they? We don't know.
Nightmite.
Yeah, it's first appearance technically.
I know.
Dang.
Keep on this. I actually wasn't going to get this, but I picked it up.
Oh, it's written by Jeff Johns. The only guy he's the only guy that can save DC now, right?
That's the reason I picked it up.
Stargirl, The Lost Children. If you liked, by the way, New Golden Age number 1, great read. The original Red Lanterns, like a Soviet.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting book.
It's pretty cool.
I was excited.
If you haven't read it, grab it.
This has been an interesting storyline.
Blood Pact.
So, Brother Blood had some kind of thing going, and he I don't know what he did to Raven, but it just transformed everybody into this alternate reality where Raven's bad, working for Brother Blood, create this whole religious cult, and everybody is just scared of Raven. And Tim Drake, I believe it's Tim Drake. Yeah, Tim Drake's going around trying to convince everybody to snap out of it. And it's kind of working.
That's kind of cool.
Though. But Starfire shows up at the end of the last issue. They thought, hey, yeah, Starfire. And no, Starfire's on the religious side too. So
the cool thing about this, if you're a Titans fan and a Young Justice fan, you need to read this book.
I mean, I enjoy it. I loved getting that. It's the Jeff Johns meeting with the original Titans. You can't go wrong with that.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, New Golden Age still on the shelf.
You need to pick it up.
Death of Superman 30th Anniversary Special.
It was a great book.
Just went to a second printing, I might add. So
Loved
grab
it
it while you can.
Loved it. Okay.
We're going to talk indies.
Tell them about it, Daryl.
It's funny. I thought of Earthworm Jim when I saw this. Voyages. All I know is, check out this book. It's funny.
Wait a minute.
I love the art.
Tell them about it, Daryl.
Wow. Hey, there's Hawk over there. So we got Voyages number 1. Check it out. Star Trek Resurgence, the prequel to the video game. Do people still play Star Trek video games?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a bad idea.
Oh man, come on, Orc Island. This is number 3. Here's the beauty of the bad idea.
Weekly.
Once they say they're coming out with a book, they come out with the book. There is no like waiting on this.
You know what Tom Petty said? Waiting was the hardest part.
Wait, okay, I'm not gonna sing it. Chroma number 1. This one's a thick one. Look how thick that thing is. It's thick. Number 1. Check it out. This one I actually read the solicitation to when I originally ordered it. Holy cow, I can't remember, but it's a number 1. It's Image. Say no more.
There's been some excitement building about this book coming back.
I Hate Fairyland number 1. Jenna's just in time to be able to talk.
Yeah.
You want to talk about I Hate Fairyland?
Yes.
She's
So
just in time. That was not even planned.
It takes off right after where the last series lets off, and one of the first things we see in it is her smacking somebody with a card reader. She's an adult now. I mean, honestly,
She's no longer a child.
No.
Now, is she still in Fairyland or in the real world?
Real world.
She's in the real world now.
And
So she
she's-
grew up.
She finally got out, and she works. The first little segment you see is her working like little, customer service as it goes.
But she probably shouldn't do.
No, but she
And
ends
she
up
smacks
smack
somebody with a card reader.
with a whole card reader,
I'm intrigued.
as she should. Just saying.
I don't know. It's beating people up with car parts. If that's your
No,
shtick.
card.
Card.
What?
Like where you
Swipe
swipe
your
your
card?
card.
Oh, you said a card reader.
Yes.
I thought you said. Never
You're
mind.
intrigued
No.
now, aren't you?
I thought you said carburetor. I was like, wait a second.
would I say-
Card reader. Sorry, it's just the
Nobody
way it
uses
sounded.
carburetors anymore, man.
I
I
know.
used to.
Anyway.
Just aged himself. And then I know what a carburetor is, too.
Mm-hmm.
Junkyard Joe number 2.
He's decent.
I'm excited about this.
You want to talk about anything else, Indy?
Fluff off, Jenna.
We don't really have a lot of indies coming out this week. Kind of disappointed, to be honest. We just have Immortal Red Sonja, but that's mine.
Nobody gets that one.
No.
Okay.
It's just me.
Thank you, Jenna.
No problem.
And then the kids all clapped. Junkyard Joe number 2, Jeff Johns. Read this book. Jeff Johns is all over the
When
place.
we get 2 Jeff Johns books this week, I think that's a good thing.
I was going to say.
Wakanda.
Let's set these down. All right, Wakanda Forever just came out, so you got Wakanda number 2. Who's the star? M'Baku. Ooh, 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 ooh. Sorry, that's what he does in movies.
Okay.
Thunderbolts number 4. One more issue and this mini's over. Hawkeye leading the team, just under Luke Cage's power and rule. Check it out as mayor.
I dropped this book, but that is a great cover.
That is an
It was a
amazing,
good book, too.
amazing Alex Ross cover. Iron Man number 25. Issue number 650, Legacy, leading to a new number 1 that comes out very, very soon.
Sorry, these are going to have to go towards the back.
That's fine. You're good. So, okay, we have She-Hulk. The show's over. The book continues. She-Hulk, number 8. I love the covers. All right. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, number 5. There's this issue and then a concluding issue. It says the origin of the Ten Rings revealed. I'm curious. I will say I'm at least curious. Okay, Namor, the Submariner, Conquered Shores, number 2. This book takes place in the future. Namor is like an ambassador. He's like an exile from Atlantis, but he's working with Captain America. It's in the future, but it looks back in the past. This number 1 really surprised me. If you even if you just saw Wakanda Forever and you saw Namor, read this book. If you like Namor, period, read this book. Which, by the way, they mentioned the word mutant. That's all I'm gonna say. Murder World. What do you know about Murder World, Aaron? You know it's Arcade.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to kill the Avengers, not the X-Men this time.
Interesting.
That's all I know.
Take.
Immortal X-Men number 8. This one is like in the era of Sherlock Holmes, in the vein of Sherlock Holmes. They're in London, and it's Destiny, Mystique, and others. Gambit number 5. The end of the Claremont miniseries. Chris Claremont, Gambit, say no more. Whew, I feel like we're burning through this.
Yeah.
Blade Vampire Nation, one shot. If you're a fan of Blade, you just need to read this book. And I signed up for this because I like Blade.
I like that it looks like Wesley Snipes there.
It does, exactly. The Gold Goblin. Norman Osborn. Goblin costume.
Reading Spider-Man, you saw it.
Yep,
It happened.
it happened.
It happened.
By the way, that was a good issue.
Yeah, that was really
I
good.
really liked it. So Gold Goblin spins out of Amazing Spider-Man. If you're an Amazing Spider-Man reader, you need to read this mini.
Norman Osborn is a hero.
Yeah, it's kind of like the only thing you can think the whole time is when is this going to end? Because it's not going to last
It's got to
forever.
come crashing down.
Yeah, it has to.
This one didn't get covered last week, but we got more, so we just figured
Yeah,
we'd
this
cover it
one's literally, this story is literally built around the Panther god that Wakanda, I guess, worships. So check out this book if you're a Black Panther fan. You want to know the history of why they have a thing for Panthers.
This is one of the top of stack readings.
I agree.
Because if you read Captain America,
Dang.
okay, we talked about it a little bit.
I read it yesterday.
So, Bucky shot Cap.
And then killed.
Oh, what did they call him?
Is he the Revolution?
Yes. So, but then the idea is that, he's been manipulated by this group this whole time. He's going to take the Revolution's place.
Yeah, so he and Cap fight the whole issue. It was like Winter Soldier all over again.
Is it just me, or does I feel like eventually we're going to get like a twist that was like, oh, Steve was in on this the whole time. This is a plant. Hoping.
But anyway, we have a new costume and a new name for Bucky Barnes. Check it out.
The Revolution.
The Revolution.
Han Solo and Chewbacca. I've enjoyed the series. Of course, you can't really go wrong when you put Han and Chewie together.
I agree. It's like a good buddy cop.
And, the question, not really sure that really was his dad. Doesn't look that way.
Oh.
He got played. Han got conned.
It
was a good con, though. Because even I started to believe, because he knew things that really only his dad should know. Which brings us to, is he not his dad, or is his dad just a con man?
I like the second one.
And top of the stack reading, Hidden Empire. So if you've been reading Star Wars...
I got it.
I just can't think of the name of this group all of a sudden. And we've talked about
Crimson Dawn?
Crimson Dawn has been kind of working behind the scenes, playing the Rebels and the Empire. It's getting ready to come to an end.
Charles Soule writes it, so it's probably going to be darn good.
I'm really excited about this. He had a trilogy in mind. This is the end of his trilogy, which we're also getting ready to move to a new phase with Star Wars, new teams. So this will be should be the wrap-up of Charles Soule's Star Wars run.
And by the way, Star Wars Revelations, if you haven't signed up for it, sign up for it. It's going to be the big book, this year that leads into all. It'll give you a tease of all the Star Wars stories coming for probably the next year or two, really.
Great cover.
Yeah, great cover. Then you got Timeless, comes out in January. Timeless, it's got Kang. Anyway, some books, so you need to sign up for these books. And by the way, next Wednesday is local comic shop day. Exclusive variants, exclusive books, just on that day. Don't miss it. Wednesday, November 23rd. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
I'm Daryl.
I'm Aaron.
Don't forget, as always...
We got him.
Not again. He's looking around again. What are we even... What are we...
Where's their camera?
What are we looking at?